I survived that, and I'm proud of that. I am not fearful of the darkness. If anything, I am intrigued by it, because I think it explains human nature and people better. Every reporter wants to ask her about it, but she rarely speaks about the most traumatic experience of her life. However, when Charlize Theron does answer the questions about the night her mother killed her alcoholic father, her voice doesn't tremble. The 44-year-old has overcome the horrific events to become the strong woman she is now.
Be who you are.
Today's video is about the series of events in Charlize Theron's life that has shaped her as a person and as an actress. Before we continue, subscribe to our channel for exciting celebrity stories every day.
And then at one point he put his hand on my knee. And that's when I just went, ooh.
It was the year 1991. 15-year-old Charlize was living with mom and dad in her native South Africa. Her dad, Charles, was a verbally abusive alcohol addict. His daughter, so as his wife, never knew what to expect from him. Their days depended on whether Charles would drink or not. The situation seemed hopeless. One night, he came home with his brother after drinking heavily and threatened Charlize's mother with a gun. My father was so drunk that he shouldn't have been able to walk when he came into the house with a gun. My mom and I were in my bedroom leaning against the door because he was trying to push through the door. So both of us were leaning against the door from the inside to have him not be able to push through. He took a step back and just shot through the door 3 times. Theron's mother grabbed her gun and shot back, killing Charles and wounding his brother. Police later determined it was self-defense. Charlize confesses she would do the same thing to protect her child. Theron had to undergo therapy over those dramatic events, but she never let her past define her future.
I couldn't change it, no matter how much I wanted to. It was tragic, and I was just never gonna define myself as a victim and maybe that's what I love about my characters, you know? They're not victims.
Instead, she decided to focus on what she wanted to achieve in life. When Theron turned 16, she won a modeling contest and traveled to Italy to enter another competition. Then, she started working in New York as a fashion model till she was 18. But her longtime dream was dancing, which she had to give up on over the injured knee that didn't allow her to go professional. Before she landed her first gig in 1995 in the movie Children of the Corn 3: Urban Harvest, Theron was invited by a famous director to an audition at his home. When she arrived, the man opened the door in his silk pajamas, and then he touched her leg on the sofa.
You just go blank. Like, you don't know what to do. But I left. I don't even know how I got out of the house, but I left.
Theron left in a hurry, but later she became angry with herself. I just kept hitting the steering wheel. I put a lot of blame on myself, that I didn't say all the right things, and that I didn't tell him to take a hike, and that I didn't do all of those things that we so want to believe we'll do in those situations. We still don't know the name of the director in question, at least yet. In a recent development, the actress, whose latest film Bombshell deals with a sexual harassment scandal, said she didn't want to name the director while promoting the film, in order not to take over the importance of the story depicted in the movie. I think there will be a time and a place where I will definitely share this again, the way I've always been honest about it. I don't want to protect him, but I also don't want him to overshadow this film right now. Still, in another interview, she also revealed she had previously named him. I actually did disclose his name. You don't know that because every time I disclosed his name, the journalist made the decision to not write his name, and it goes to show just how deeply systemic this problem is. Looks like we are yet to learn who this person is, sooner or later, hopefully sooner. Luckily, Theron found strength not to give up and managed to have her big break in Hollywood in the 90s. Since then, she has been on top of stardom. She started by playing romantic interests and gradually switched to portraying super complicated characters.
Wow, I've never come across an actor who doesn't want to have a challenge.
In 2004, Theron won an Oscar for her lead role in the film Monster, in which she portrayed a real-life serial killer. The role required her to gain 30 pounds, shave her eyebrows, and wear prosthetic teeth. She did so and became barely recognizable. That part became a game changer for the actress, who has definitely proved to everyone she is much more than a pretty face.
You have sacrificed so much for me to be able to live here and make my dreams come true. And there are no words to describe how much I love you.
Theron is quoted as saying that she isn't necessarily against what she calls glamour roles, but she always goes for a really great story over something that is meant to make her look pretty. Today, she is celebrated as one of the most beautiful women and one of the most influential actresses in the world. And this is exactly the recognition that she deserves. Let us end the video with the same quote we used in the beginning, but that now makes it so clear that Charlize took all the horrors of her past and made them part of her acting narrative. I survived that, and I'm proud of that. I am not fearful of the darkness. If anything, I am intrigued by it, because I think it explains human nature and people better. That's all for today. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel for exciting celebrity stories every day.